starts a drive on the ground. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Browns, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Again, it's Harris on second down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now it's Trubisky. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down and 3. Harris running straight ahead. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
On second and goal, Trubisky. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 of the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's one of his game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Watson off play action. And he's got his receiver Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away? You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. first and 10. It's Trubisky. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Even for a guy who many believe has become the standard in the league, Myles Garrett's 2021 was special. 16 sacks set a team record, and we're third in the NFL, and he made first-team All-Pro to the surprise of no one.
Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far in this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here comes Grant on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're...
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now it's Trubisky.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Trubisky will throw. And here's Freiermuth again. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he get a yard down to about the 1. He got halfway home there, down to the 1, but a good job of keeping him out of the end zone.
Exactly. Halfway home isn't all the way home, right? So they feel pretty good about keeping him out on that play.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Trubisky going to take it on the sneak. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Faking the give, now Watson. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Watson. And he will slide down with a good gain. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down.
David Njoku got a huge vote of confidence from the Cleveland Browns when they named him their franchise player this past offseason. That has a lot of people expecting a long-awaited, big-time breakout from the 6-year tight end, and he comes through with a first down catch on that previous play.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And trouble trying the middle here. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
looking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
That's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, second and 10 coming up.
Throwing again is Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive.
Touchdown! From 19 yards away.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found it. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 45 on 2nd down, Trubisky.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Greg Newsome.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, falling like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be firing up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on the last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And again, it's Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second and 10.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now Trubisky on 1st down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.